hello, Happy New Year. I hope you've had a lovely Corona Christmas. It's been awful, hasn't it? So let's not say it hasn't been awful. It's been very different, but we're here together now, reveling in my lovely voice on the Downbeat podcast with this Rodecaster Pro. This isn't an advert, so don't skip. This is the first full episode recorded with my Rodecaster and my pod mic, and I think it sounds good. And it's obviously one of my favourite episodes because it's with one of my fucking bearsies. We'll get onto that in a minute. Just had a lovely chat. I'm recording this intro immediately after the podcast, which I don't normally do. Normally I let it stew for a few days. I have since found out from recording this intro that I shouldn't have had my MacBook plugged in and charged while I was recording, because there's a couple of moments of interference where I'm still being a fucking idiot making podcasts. I basically need to not work with a laptop anymore, so I'm buying a PC, not Mac, and it's just going to live in here and it'll be constantly set up and there'll be no variables. And thanks to the people at the Patreon, I have the money to do that, so big up to them if you want to join the Patreon. This bit's an ad. It's £1 a month. You don't get anything other than maybe sometimes you get an episode early, but that's why it's only £1. If you don't want to do that, buy a t-shirt from www.thedownbeat.at. If you don't want to do it, so it spells Downbeat. Fuck me, and you've got my own catchphrase. If you don't want to do that, then why not head over to my Twitch and just watch me do boring shit like make coffees and whatever. And I fucking hate this. I hate self-promotion, but I'm a Grustler baby. I'm a Grustler baby, so why don't you kill me? Nice bit of Beck there. What's Beck up to? Anyone? You can't reply. The last I heard, he released a whole album on sheet music only. Never really figured out how it went. It was either a genius idea or a terrible idea. Anyway, my guest this week is Samuel David Carter. Literally my best friend in the whole fucking world, and the singer of chart-topping Noisenicks Architects. Talk about the new album, For Those Who Wish to Exist. I was making sure I was getting it right there. Out February the 24th. We talk about getting through lockdown, recording a whole album through lockdown. Talk about brain health. Talk about just fucking... I want to say, sometimes I do these and it's like catching up, but I speak to Sam almost every day. So it was actually a little bit more regimented. The last time he was on the podcast, I met him on their tour bus and we hadn't actually spoken in a while, so it was a bit of a catch up as well. This one, I really was a bit professional about it, you know, delving deep into the things I think you want to know. That's about it, guys. Sorry there's been radio silence. I've been moving house. It has been very, very stressful. I didn't even have fucking legs for this desk. I didn't have the internet. I still don't have the internet. I'm uploading this using my phone. It's been très difficile, as the French say. Anyway, Samuel David Carter on the Downbeat podcast.
Wow.
Absolutely stellar time.
Efficient. I can see the waves really popped on the thing
really
there.
Popping on the sync up. Well, that's because famously you're a drummer. Sam,
Yeah.
This is my favourite episode.
Already.
It's 3 seconds long. The last episode was my favourite.
Yeah.
Most people who have like press jobs or whatever, they're doing Sam from Architects with the hit album coming out, and they would have a load of questions written down.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
No. It's funny because I've done so many of those interviews over Skype, not Skype, but Zoom. What year are we in? And I'll be honest with you, it's been really boring. It always is. But I've not had this set up to do them. So now, there's no questions to be asked, and I have arguably the proest setup I've ever had.
I mean, I see you there with your SM7. I've got my Rode pod mic. We hopefully sounding like a Radio 2 or Radio 4 drama.
I haven't used this microphone for about 4 years. 4, maybe 5 years. It's just been under my stairs.
Delightful.
I have given it to other people as well. I never really used it, so I sort of lent it out to friends and stuff and forgot I had it. And then when we went into lockdown, I was like, I need this because it'll be handy when I do a downbeat. That was literally what came to my head.
Yeah, and then you bought the XLR and the stand for me so we could do this. I'm joining you in solidarity on your dry January by having a fake LaCroix called Le Jolie.
Where's that from?
Tesco.
Nice. I need one of them.
4 for £2.50 or something.
Scottish raspberry flavour as well. None of that English.
Oh shit! Maybe it's a Scottish thing.
None of those.
Weird up here. They love just having a Scotland fucking. Everything has to be Scottish.
Well, you would distance yourself from that fucking horrible country we live in.
The England. I'm hoping right now. I'm up here, homeowner. Mrs. up here. I'm hoping there's a referendum.
Yeah.
And then Scotland's like, yeah, we'll be a part of the EU, and I'm like, I'm back, baby. No visas.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I've got no questions written down. We've been. If anyone's wondering, why haven't you? Because you're the number one requested. You've had Brendan back. You've had Will Thompson back. Why haven't you got Sam back?
Yeah.
He didn't have a fucking smash hit album coming out. Number one. Number two, we had planned to do this live, didn't we? At a brewery.
Yeah. It was going to be really, really fun, and we had the dates, and we were talking about how fun it was going to be, and then COVID-2 hit.
A ticketed event.
Yeah.
It was going to be limited, socially distanced, and then it pushed back, and then now we're just like, fuck it, let's do this.
Whatever.
We'll have a little fucking FaceTime.
Yeah, it's not like we do it all the time anyway.
What are you doing in what room are you in there?
I'm in my office.
I'm in my office. Oh, doesn't it feel good? This is the first day it's been set up.
I call it my office and have just sort of been like, I'll just use it for when, do demos and stuff. And basically it's just a room for my jackets, really.
It's actually a room for Leica's jackets as well. Yeah. And my Downbeat sign, and then like a computer, and that's it.
It's just a spare room with just loads of awards in. So
normal. I see that in the background up there.
There's a few.
There's a nice mirror. Is that a mirror?
Yeah, I've got a big gold mirror behind me.
Big gold mirror. I'm in proper renovations mode.
Yeah, it's fun.
So
the room you're in is sort of a Downbeat colour as well. It's nice.
Well, here's the thing. It's actually just black, but
all
of that pink is coming. I don't want to. It's coming from that.
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
Nice.
That £550 LED light.
Yeah, it's good. That
fucking idiot. What have you been doing in lockdown then, mate? You made an album in lockdown, pretty much.
Yeah, lockdown 1, the first one we did an album, and then towards the end of the lockdown, when it was easing, we shot videos and promos and did all that. And by the end of lockdown 2, we'll probably be on album 10. So it's good stuff.
Right, it actually worked out quite well for you because you had you could do socially distanced drums.
Yeah.
And then it went mad lockdown, but you still had to write lyrics or whatever. I remember you saying. We
were doing the only thing, the annoying thing is I love being there for the drums. I enjoy the relationship of being there with Dan and us kind of enjoying getting the sounds and stuff together. So that was a shame to not be in the studio and to not, sort of geek out over it. And I think he enjoys having me there to kind of, if he's got an idea for a fill, sort of double check with me, kind of, and we throw ideas around. It's just, that's quite fun creatively. But other than that, not much really changed. The guys recorded their guitars at home and then reamped them like we did on Holy Hell anyway. And then me and Dan just recorded all the vocals like Holy Hell, but we did it in a proper studio this time, and yeah, we went to town.
Where was the studio?
We did it in Brighton Electric this time, whereas last time we kind of were tracking somewhere near where I live, but it was just like a big room sort of, and we had to pad it out. Whereas now when we were at Brighton Electric, that's where we've rehearsed since we were like kids.
All I remember from that place is the load-ins, because obviously when I was drum teching,
it's a nightmare.
The nuts fucking load-ins. I just remember, because obviously we're crew, we'd have like a whole tour of the crew doing all the hard work, but on that last load-in at Brighton Electric, all of you guys were doing it too.
Yeah, now
moaning.
Yeah, now I don't know where any of our gear is.
Yeah, I mean, pay someone else to fucking deal with this shit.
Yeah,
now.
but yeah, it was good, man. It was nice to. I mean, good in the. It's obviously shit what's been going on, and it's miserable to think what everybody's been going through. But you know, it's our livelihood. We had to go to work, and we had to keep going as much as we could. So slowly but surely, the album started coming together, and nobody knew we were doing it as per our sort of thing. And we're just grateful to have been able to have done so much.
Was it? I mean, I remember you saying at one point it was going to be a double album.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there was 22 songs. There was 22, and then we cut it down to 15. Because
absolutely fuck that.
Yeah.
Why? Go on. What did you have? Did you have 7 tracks of shite or?
No, I just think they were 7 tracks that were probably similar to other things that were going on in the record, and it was just, if you're doing a double record, you need a lot of, variety, and I felt like 15 was enough of variety, and I feel like there was enough going on the record for that, rather than the other songs that just we were just pretty ruthless with it, and the amount of time we'd put into those 15 as well. It's not like we're like, oh, yeah, that's good. It's like, every song is, ripped to shreds with an inch of its life left. And then we're like, yeah, okay, that's good. And then we go back to work on that as well.
And 15 songs is still, that's a stray record and a half. How long does it clock in at? What's the time?
I think it's an hour, I think.
An hour?
I think it's like annoyingly like 59 or something.
That's 2 and a bit stray records.
Yeah. But it's good. We were thinking before, and I get it, like there was a lot of we've done records that were like 11 songs and 10 songs before. I think Lost Forever was like 10. Maybe it's not, and someone would be like, no, it was 11. But
he doesn't even know his own bands. Every amount on them. It doesn't matter if he's got 15 songs because I can't hear a blare.
Anyway, sorry.
So, but I think for me and for the rest of the guys, we were just saying, like, if we had a favourite band that put out a record, you're not going to go, oh, there's 15 songs, I'm going to listen to the singles and not the rest. You'll be stoked. Someone will be stoked, and we were feeling really creative, and just why not? Why not? I listen to every sort of rarity possible from my favourite band, so why would there be someone out there that wants to hear a long album?
When's it coming out? Can I release this soon? Can we talk about everything?
You can bring it out whenever you want. It's out on February the 26th.
And it's going to be really great.
It's going to be really great. I love that episode of Extra so much.
We've got a new album out.
It's literally mental that you're here.
Chris Martin, what are you doing here in a factory in Wigan? It's mental. Anyway, I could spend the whole thing quoting extras with you.
Yeah.
When you're doing this lockdown shit, I remember lockdown 1. Let's talk about lockdowns. I don't like talking about COVID on this, but I feel like me and you have been like, I think you've personally been my rock in a number of situations.
Yeah. I didn't even finish what I was saying there. I just said, so it just sounded really arrogant. You've been my rock, and me going, yeah. But what I actually wanted to say was, yeah, and you've been mine as well. I just stopped talking for some reason.
That was imposed. I got it, and I know it. Lockdown 1, I remember. Yeah. You did your Joe Wicks, because we do FaceTime, so you'd be dripping with sweat.
I did Joe Wicks, yeah.
How long did you keep it up for? Is it still going?
I did the whole thing with Joe Wicks. It did stop because I started running. I just realised that what I was actually after was the like adrenaline and the
Runners high, man.
Well, I think actually what it is, it's just like being in a band, isn't it? 6-7 months out of a year, you're used to going on stage and getting a buzz, and nothing can replace that buzz at all. There's nothing fun about running. It's just for afterwards where you're like, okay, I feel like I've done something in my day, because we live really, when we're on tour, we live really like regimented lives where you know what time you're having breakfast, you know what time sound check is.
Love it.
You know what time you're on stage, you know where you're going to be like 4 months in advance. And I think it's a sort of way of having that control, I guess, back in my life of like, I'm going to do 25 kilometers this week, and today I'm going to do 10, and tomorrow I'm going to do 5. And I don't know, it's just something to do, you know. And
the routine.
Yeah, it's just the routine and looking for that buzz, which I think really, like, actually having some proper counselling made me realise that I was really addicted to that adrenaline. Of course you're going to be, but I've never thought about it before. I never thought about the fact that for our entire lives, pretty much since I was 13, I've been playing shows in front of people, and then this year I've played one. Well, last year I played one, and that's probably the least amount of shows I've played since I was 13.
I mean, actually, you played 2.
Yeah, two. But the Royal Albert Hall
it was so early.
Yeah.
Are you counting Unify as the show?
Yeah, I'm not counting Royal Albert Hall.
Because you don't get the adrenaline.
Yeah,
no one there.
Yeah, there was just no one. It was amazing.
Just ghosts.
Yeah. Do you know what? I got more adrenaline the day after listening, like doing the like listen through with everyone and like tweeting about it, because you see then like you feel like everyone else is watching it. But yeah, just running, I think it was a good way to sort of try and get that buzz and adrenaline and just feel like I was doing something. Because pretty much not much has changed in my life from lockdown 1 to lockdown 2. It's not like I was going and having like fat raves at people's houses. You know, I've just walked dogs and run.
So, hang on, are we in lockdown 3 now though?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, because it was it depends if you count the middle with the tiers.
Oh, I think it's because I'm in Scotland. I've had 3.
Yeah, you've had
I'm in 3.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Here's my lockdown. Lockdown 1. First half of it, I crushed it.
Yeah.
And then the dread happened.
It does. Because at first you're like, I think a lot of musicians were probably like that. We're like, cool. I've been waiting for ages to do nothing.
Yeah,
and then
it
hits.
New misses and everything, so it's all exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still exciting. But
yeah.
But like, I was like, fuck this, I could do this forever. And then it became clear that I was like, this will go away in a few months. And
Absolutely.
then it became clear it didn't. Then existential crisis.
Yeah.
And then lockdown 2 up here, I breezed through it because I'd had a little bit of time back in the gym. I knew like, yeah, I could do another lockdown. I'm not going to lose all my gains. I'm not going to be like get bad at drums or whatever. And then lockdown 3 coincided with moving house and things going wrong, and I had a meltdown.
It's hard. I mean, lockdown 1, I moved house and bought a place, which I'd never done before. And the paperwork is insane. I had no idea how insane that was. But then when I got in, like you're probably feeling now, when we got into the place, we were renovating it. So it was like, it was fun to do that. And it was fun to finally have a place where I was like, okay, now I can do what I want with it and paint it. And I had a really great friend, Jake, who is such an amazing guy. He came around and really helped me with everything. But like, would let me do some of it as well, would tell me like what I could do, and then he'd come in and make it look good. Which was amazing. But what I found
like what? Like what bits?
Well, like I'd come in and like put the mists on and take everything off and get everything ready and do the first layers, and then he'd come in and make it look like unreal. And I was like ordering stuff off Etsy to like get tables that look perfect, that would fit in these dimensions and record player stands and everything. And then after that, when you're in lockdown, you're like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Well, I've got that to look forward to, because actually all I've had is everything just going wrong since I moved in. And now it's moving out. I got this desk from Etsy, a recommendation from my friend Sam, actually.
Yeah.
Who said, get a desk off Etsy. It turned up just the top, no legs. Then Christmas happened.
Yeah.
I finally got the fucking legs yesterday, hence me being able to do shit today.
What I like about that stuff, especially like on Etsy as well, is just so many people that are really talented at what they do, and they just have these small stores. And then it's also amazing because then you can get stuff to fit exactly what you need it to fit as well. So it's best of both worlds. You're helping small companies, and you're also making your house look sick.
I think I got almost everything. What didn't I get? Oh, I did get a big fat Ikea order as well, unfortunately.
Oh, sometimes you got to.
But
I got an Ikea sofa. Come on.
Isn't it? I went completely rogue on the sofa. I went on Wayfair, which I know some people will tell you that it would come filled with children, but it didn't.
That was lockdown 1, wasn't it? Where it was like
lockdown 1, where everyone was like, "Have you heard this Wayfair thing? They're selling children." It's like, well, they're not.
Yeah.
You're just a lunatic.
Pedos can't. Epstein's got an island full of them.
Sofas full of kids, and he stacks them up and then sells it. And I was just like, those 2 sofas are good. I'm just going to buy them.
Those are the same people. The people that came up with that are the ones that are like, I'm not going to wear a mask because I occasionally smoke, and what if it sets off my asthma? They're taking away my freedom.
Honestly, there was like the big thing where a doctor was like, there are 2 disorders which should prevent you from wearing a mask, and it was like cystic fibrosis and COPD. And if you have those disorders, you shouldn't be in fucking Tesco's anyway.
Yeah. It's so crazy. I can't even bother to talk about those people. They're so infuriating.
Yeah, we are in the midst of the NHS, like, completely fucking dying. So let's maybe talk about your album. Oh, I had one more thing I wanted to talk about. The Runner's High thing.
Yes.
Right? Because...
Well, I imagine it's actually pretty similar to playing drums as well. Because I remember
as long as I'm good.
But I remember like playing drums, you could let off steam at least. And kind of, and you're actually doing something where there's like impact happening, like with your legs are going and your whole body's moving. Whereas, I was just enjoying getting out and breathing in some fresh air and like seeing some shit.
But some people, like, because you don't do drugs, and what you were saying about the, searching for that high, fucking many other people just end up trying a drug and being like, oh, hang on, that's the stage feeling on my sofa, and then it is fucking game over.
Well, I think the first time, I've spoken to my counsellor about this as well, I think the first time you probably do get that high, and then every other time after it, you're chasing that high. And I'm lucky that I've never really enjoyed drinking at home anyway.
I'm not talking about drinking.
No. But I think if I what I'm saying is I think there people have their like little vices, and like I think if I was to be, drinking would probably be one of my vices, right? I've never really enjoyed drinking at home. I've never gone down that hill of hard drugs. It's never been my thing, and I'm grateful for that because, I think if you're chasing that high, it can be brutal.
Mate, I mean, I'm proud of you. I mean, I'm in solidarity with you. I'm having this Lajoli, your dry January. I intended to do dry January, but then my oven got delivered the other day and it didn't work.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I just went mental.
I was the closest I've been. I've got 1 Camden Hells in my fridge. And I basically haven't watched the news or any of those briefings because I'm not going to lie, it just depresses me too much. And I'll just go on Simple Politics, shout out whoever runs Simple Politics on Instagram, get what the rules or whatever is happening on there. It's simple, it's done, and I don't have to listen to a blithering fucking idiot. But I watched one because I was just worried about the borders, and there was talk of us trying to get Adam over, and I was watching it, and then all these stats came up, and I was like, fuck me, this is dark. Went to the fridge to start making food, and there was literally like the beer was like winking at me, like, it's been a tough.
I think I spoke to you that day.
It's been a tough day. Why don't you drink me?
I'm only 330 mil. What could go wrong?
One can't hurt.
Oh, I'm proud of you for sticking through it.
I got a lot of nice alcohol in for Christmas as well. So I've got a bottle of Casamigos tequila, hand numbered on the back. I've got Bob Dylan's whiskey in, unopened.
Don't talk about it, because otherwise you're gonna reach for the bottle.
I'm salivating.
It's a long fucking month as well.
Oh, yeah, it's the longest. It's the longest, but hey, nothing else to do, is there? It's going to be a bloody wet Feb.
Wet Feb. Is it dry January or is it dry January?
Dry January and Veganuary.
You'd think that they would come up with a better month. Obviously, it needs to happen after December, but like, dry sounds better. But who's going to have a dry July?
No,
I'd rather July.
I think you'd actually get more praise if you did a dry. What you should do actually is do a dry November, because Christmas is so brutal.
Pre-game,
on the lungs.
yeah,
on the lungs, on the liver. But what are you going to do?
I mean, I think 2020, I drank the most I've ever drank in my life, and I probably didn't go out as much.
Yeah,
just out of boredom. And you know what? Like, when I was in, obviously, thank the fucking Lord that I was at Lycas, but it was like a small flat. I didn't have a desk or anything like this. Like today alone.
I love it.
Honestly,
talking about drinking loads in 2020, and you're like, I didn't have a desk, so I just hit the bottle.
Honestly, right, hear me out. So I didn't. It's someone else's flat. I didn't have like an area to go and work.
Didn't have a pen. Didn't have a pen.
Didn't have a desk. There was pens, luckily.
Yeah.
But I would like.
You didn't have your own spot. You didn't have your own like getaway.
Yeah. So if I was doing a podcast, it would be set it all up on the couch. If I was streaming it, it'd be set it all up on the couch. And I'm a lazy person. The minute I have to do like 20 minutes of work before the actual work, and then 20 minutes of work afterwards, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So I just had a drink, and
it's been like, what else are you gonna fucking do? What else are you gonna do? And honestly, a lot of, I don't want to stereotype, but a lot of people in bands do drink a lot. Like, and even if it's not a lot, and people don't think it's a lot, you are drinking a lot. If you have one beer a night for a tour, news just in, that's a lot of beer.
That's great. You've drank it great.
Yeah,
but I'm quite good, because if we're not on a bus tour, and we are rarely on a bus tour, I don't drink because I can't handle the hangovers.
No,
and I can't play hungover.
Yeah.
So back to what we say about the physicality of it. So on tour, I don't really drink. And then when it was locked down, I wasn't able to play the drums, wasn't able to go to the gym. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm going nuts.
Why not?
A little bit of that has stayed with me, and I am just nipping it in the bud.
Yeah, nip it a bit. Yeah.
Just nipping it down a little bit. But
as I said, I love the social aspect of sitting in a pub and having a beer with my friends and just sitting around the table all night, just getting drunk and talking there. So for me, without that, and that's the same thing with tour. I like going in other bands' rooms and getting people in our room and giving them drink, and us just sitting around and having a conversation. That's my favourite bit. So yeah, and I don't like doing that shit on Zoom. Like, I'm not bothered. So
dry shit.
Dry January's
Zoom
fine.
Can fuck off.
As I pretty much dry January's fine. I mean, I'm pretty much fucking Snoop Dogg these days. So that's fine.
I thought dry January meant everything.
Nah. No, you've got to have a little bit.
Oh, you're fucking fine then.
Yeah, easy.
All right, tell me this from I don't think you'll mind me saying this. Fellow mental person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No stigma.
Yeah.
Just both absolutely, balmy.
Yeah.
How do you cope with weed?
I I've literally just had a conversation about, I'm probably going to take a bit of time off it. But it's fine, just little amounts, and like really good, clean stuff.
Good clean fun. Because I'm so neurotic that I just can't touch weed anymore.
Yeah, I definitely had that when I was younger. Drove me crazy. I wrote a song about it. I wrote pretty much a whole record about it. Hollow Crown was about the whole album. Well, most of the album was about, me getting stoned in my friends' cars and being a stupid teenager. But
I did not know that.
Well, especially Early Grave. I remember writing Early Grave. I remember going out, getting really stoned, and then being terrified on the way home that someone was following me in a car. And I freaked out, ran in a field, and was like terrified. Got home, wrote that song, went to bed, and woke up and was like, "Oh, cool, song's written." That's
you
good.
woke up and then dead.
That's good. It's a good album. It's just very top endy.
It's like, I said this, I think I was on stream the other day talking about Daybreaker.
Yeah.
I think Daybreaker, if it had good production, would be top 3 for me.
I'd like a remix and master.
It's very squishy.
Yeah, I have to deal with Century Media and I can't bother to do with that.
Hooray! Right, back onto the being mental thing. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, before anyone goes, you're stigmatizing. I'm allowed to say that word because
very open about it.
Yeah, my brain is fucked. Right, because you've mentioned a couple of times, counsellor.
Yes,
we didn't talk about this on the last podcast.
No,
when did that start? Why did that start? How has it been?
I've had a counsellor. Well, I had one before. When Tom was ill, I had one. And then when Tom passed away, for some reason, I didn't think I needed one for a while. So I became very unbearable.
Probably when you most needed one.
Absolutely. I became pretty unbearable to be around. And then, I just really, I had a couple of relationships fall apart through me just not really looking after myself and kind of just being just hard to be around. And instead of doing that classic thing where you I feel like as a male where you go like, oh yeah, she's crazy. I didn't do that. I was like, something's happening in my life where all these relationships I'm in are falling apart. Why is this? And it's me. So it was kind of just going like, I'm not the finished article. I need to do some work on myself and try and look after myself. And then also have someone to talk to about Tom that isn't a magazine or 5,000-6,000 people staring at me wanting to know what I think about it. But it was really good. And I think the best thing I ever did was I started on, I was like looking for a counsellor and kind of, realising that I needed to go and kind of looking for like the cheapest way out of it and kind of being like, okay, right, I'll just get like a medium level. And
give me the mega pack.
Yeah.
Give me the mega bundle.
Yeah. And then earlier in the middle of 2020, I just thought like, I try and think about it in the sense of like, you would go to a bar and buy a round for people and you wouldn't fucking second guess it, right? But for some reason, when it comes to looking after yourself, like how much is this gym membership or how much is my counsellor? You start going, oh, that's a bit much. So I just thought, right, I'm gonna find the best fucking guy in Brighton, and like I don't care. Like if I have to be careful with my money, it's fine. I'm looking after myself. It'll work out, and it was the best thing I've ever done. It's just. It's really helped me, really helped me. But I think throughout moving into the second lockdown and around Christmas and especially now during dry January has made me be like, okay, it's made a big difference. But I think also the whole Holy Hell album cycle was just so Tom based, and you are looking at 5 people that still don't have the answers, but are being really open and talking about it. But then you also feel like there was such an expectation to discuss everything that was happening all the time. That it was like every night going and opening up a room full of horrible memories and running around it, and then going and telling 6,000-7,000 people what's going on when you don't know what's going on. So
every night.
Yeah. So it was, I think, moving into, this period of writing a new record and trying to just be like, what do I need right now?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I said that when Josh was like worrying about Holy Hell. I just said, I think I said it to all of you. I was like, for all of you, making this album and recording it and touring it will be the hardest thing you ever do.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
For all the obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Plus new brain in the band.
Yeah.
And having to put trust in that, and then him having to put trust in you.
Yeah.
And then also the touring, very dark subject matter every single fucking night.
Yeah. And then also dealing with becoming a bigger band. Like, it was like, that's hard to deal with in itself, let alone
very big,
having all that stuff. Because it was like, Holy Hell was like a fucking whirlwind where you just like, all of a sudden you turn up to these venues and you're like, this is insane. This isn't London. This is like somewhere in Germany where you just didn't think it would happen, or you're in Australia and playing to like 6,000 people and you're like, this is mental. But then knowing that I'm not going to phone in those discussions about him. I can't say the same thing twice. I never have. I've never said the same thing twice because I would just feel like it was fake. So it's like,
so you have to think about it every night.
Go in.
Fucking hell, that's horrible.
Yeah. So that's why about the counselling. I'm not the finished article. I'm still on antidepressants. I have been for a while, and I don't feel any shame about that. And do you know what I did at first? Like, when I first went on them, I really did, and I'm like, actually, that's fucking crazy. That's just society making you feel like you're crazy because there's a sort of chemical imbalance in your head. And I think I just think it's really important for people to hear it from someone that isn't going to just sit down and go, it's okay not to be okay. And I think sometimes you just got to speak in a normal way. Like, yeah, I feel fucking insane today.
And also the people who like have, and they mean well, but the people who have no previous history with like genuinely bad mental health. Like, I mean, thinking the worst possible shit. There's something else I want to talk about.
Yeah.
But like the people who say like, oh man, have you tried CBD? Like, it worked for me. It's like, listen, I'm so glad that worked for you.
Yeah.
But some people really do have a chemical imbalance in their brain that needs altering with what has been currently proven to do that. And I know they're working with fucking mushrooms and shit,
which will be cool. And like, I like the idea of that. And I remember actually taking mushrooms on Warped Tour with Tom, Dan and Ali. And the next day, just feeling like my brain had like been taken out, washed in a bowl, and then just put back in my head. And it was like, nothing matters.
My last mushroom trip feels like somebody just took my brain out, pissed on it, set fire to it, made it in 8-bit fucking game with loads of sharks and fucking pits that you can fall down, all green, giant fucking castles. It was horrible. But I do believe before it went wrong, it actually went wrong when I smoked an eighth of weed on my own halfway through. Before it went wrong, it was good, and I think microdosing could be a good antidepressant.
I think back to that time of doing them on Warped, and we were in the middle of fucking nowhere. I honestly really can't remember where we were, and there was a few things that happened. One of my favourite bits was we all bought BMXs on that tour because we didn't have enough money to get cabs and stuff to and from towns to go and get vegan food, and the catering wasn't like the best on that tour. We didn't know what it was going to be like, so we just got these cheap like $70 bikes. And then like halfway through the night, I guess like about midnight or whatever, we're like, let's go on the bikes. Yeah, this will be great. We'll ride our bikes around. So
on mushrooms.
So all four of us, because we're like, fuck, we still are, but then with the four of us, we were like sheep who would just follow each other everywhere. And if one of us would go off somewhere, we'd turn up somewhere else. So we're cruising around this small town and it's like the town from E.T. Like every house is perfect, and it was so weird because we'd never seen that side of America before, because you normally just see a venue or you're in a town centre, right?
Yeah.
So we're like riding around, and honestly, it felt like I was flying on my bike.
Like E.T.
Like E.T. And then the next thing I remember is we were back in this, we laid down in the road, actually the road, and then this car went past us to go into the Warped Tour car park. And it was Bo from Bless the Fool, who's a really lovely guy, real like complete sweetheart. And they honked their horn to like be like, "What are you guys doing?" And I think it was Ali. He just got up and just went, "Oh, get fucked."
That's such an in-betweeners style fucking thing to do.
And then we got back to the bus, and like we hadn't spoke to him yet, but Charlie Simpson, who was in Busted, and obviously he was in Fight Star and lots of other bands, we hadn't met him yet, but he was on Warped Tour and was doing the acoustic tent just by himself, and he was like just playing these songs. Obviously, growing up in England, you're like, remember Busted being massive when you're a kid. So we're on the back of this truck, again, lying down, just really high, smoking a joint, trying to like bring ourselves back out. And then Charlie just pops his head round the corner and he's like, "All right, guys, I just thought I'd come over and say hello." In my mind, I'm like, is this happening?
Yeah, have I just hallucinated one of the members of the biggest boy band in the UK?
Or is he actually on Warped? I can't remember.
Massive Tory, apparently.
Well, yeah.
I didn't know. Someone just filled me in with that. He was like, "Yeah, there's a massive Tory." Oh, that might be Frank Turner. I don't know. One of them's a massive. One of those fuckers is a massive fucking.
My other highlight of that was I didn't think that the shrooms were working, and none of us thought they were working. I remember we were watching Bring Me, because Bring Me were closing the stage at Warp that day, and then we just all started getting the giggles really badly. And then I was walking back to the bus and looked up, and I saw a plane go over the top of me. But then the plane transformed into a giant upside down burning cross, and I was like, "Here we go, here we go."
See, that would have been mine from the get go.
Yeah,
started with the burning crosses, ended with
there's a lot more
flaying.
There's a lot more crazy stories, but I really don't want to fill this podcast up with just one trip.
That's funny though. I like it. We could do another one just for the trip. Back on your counselling subject, right? So what are you doing?
Back to sad.
Oh no! Only sorry.
No.
I actually want to know though for myself. I don't give a fuck about these people listening.
But I also like when people, life isn't black and white, and I think one of the things when we were touring on the last record, we have fun on stage. Like, we enjoy playing music together, and at some points we are laughing with each other. And then, you know, like the next minute, I'm talking about Tom, and I am upset. But people shouldn't be afraid of those like conflicting emotions, you know.
It's like people at the moment having to go at nurses for like doing TikTok dances and stuff. It's like, do you want them to go home from their job, which is just looking after thousands of people dying in ICU who can't see their family, and then to go home and bring that misery into their house? They need to fucking do shit like that.
That's the problem. And people are so... People can't put themselves in other people's situations, like traumatic situations. It's like, one of the main things I remember speaking to Dan about when we lost Tom was just feel what you got to feel and don't block it off. Like, if you've got to be sad and don't feel ashamed of it. If you want to have a laugh and watch like TV and fucking piss yourself laughing and forget for a minute, do it, because that's just your body's way of coping. So like, imagine having a go at someone that's just like watch somebody die, and they go into the hallway and their friends going, "Come on, let's have a fucking dance." Okay, yeah.
If anything, they should be literally applauded for being able to like disconnect, or else otherwise you get PTSD.
Yeah, it's mad. But yeah, back to it.
Oh no! All I wanted to know is like, are you still going? And is it through lockdown? Yeah. Is it on Zoom?
No, it's 1-on-1. But you have to do.
I want to go.
You have to,
because I feel like I need to speak to someone.
So we've had to like change the way we do it. Like, at first, it was like just fine, you know, just going in there, and now it's like very much like social distance, masks. But I didn't get on board with the Zoom the Zoom one.
Oh, mate, I think that would annoy me, and I reckon I would just to prove them wrong. I'd just be like, you know what, I'll do it right now.
Yeah,
right on the fucking camera.
During the first one. I actually stopped. I stopped going to the first counsellor I was going to because the second counsellor I was going to because I was just like, this isn't doing it for me at all.
It would infuriate me.
Well,
that's good that it's doing one-on-ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone should have some counselling, because I think also the main really difficult thing is, especially I think as an English person, you're like, I don't want to talk about myself. I don't want to talk about myself too much. Like, how are you? Or like you use humour to get around it, and you're like.
Whereas Americans are very like, I'm doing this. This is what I'm up to.
Yeah, and
I've just alienated half of the listener base.
But it's important.
But I don't care.
But that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Where it's like I don't want to. Yeah, sometimes the way that they would be like, I've just been in therapy. Like, it's way more normalised over there.
Oh, you mean that? I just meant talking about yourself in general, like to someone. I'd be like, why do you want to know? Why do you want to know this shit?
So I think it's important to sort of like take that time to do it. But yeah, I'm still in it. I go every week. And I don't think I'll stop.
If you can't stop, won't stop. Once your brain pop,
yeah,
you don't stop.
He just gives me Pringles when I walk in the door.
It's just a Pringle dealer.
We just sit down.
Great therapy session, love. You come home to Abby like, yeah, it was great. It was a great therapy session.
You hungry?
You just
nah.
Nah.
At all.
Fucking sour cream and chive.
Exactly. I can break vegan in there.
Wait, they're not vegan?
Nah, sour cream and chive aren't there, man.
What the fuck? It's real cream.
What I like, Pringles do have little ticks on the back if it's vegan or not, which does help. It does help.
I had a lovely vegan dinner tonight, but I'm fucking hungry again. It's only been an hour. I had 2 Beyond Burgers. Don't knock it until you hear what it is. Because I was in a hurry, because I got home from streaming the drums and unsuccessfully buying dog food. And then I was like, I've got 20 minutes. It's got to be a quick cook and eat before the big dog's coming on the pod. So I cooked 2 Beyond Burgers, which I'm going to be in fucking deep trouble for because I didn't shut the kitchen door, and the Beyond Burger smell.
They be pongy.
It's insane. It's honestly like, I feel like in 200 years, when everyone's stopped smoking because we've evolved past the need to fucking put smoke in our lungs, and everyone's eating plant-based, they'll be like, you know how like you go see an old house and it's got nicotine stains on the wall? It'll be Beyond Burger stains. Yeah, there's a little bit of Beyond staining, but nothing that won't come up with a deep clean.
So great. I love that they're so readily available now. I remember like the first tour in America, like seeing them and being like, I've heard about these for years.
Yeah.
And if you haven't tried them, it's the one burger that you could get. Honestly, you could. I know people say this a lot. I can't tell the difference. You could get someone that eats meat to try it, and they would be blown away.
I prefer it to like a meaty burger.
Yeah, it's real meaty, isn't it?
I think that's what the fucking nicotine staining is from. But anyway, I just had 2.
Yeah,
just mushed up.
Mushed
with rice.
Wow,
mushed up with rice. Yeah, I was in a hurry.
You like really taking them apart, don't you? It's good stuff. Making your spag bowl.
Recreate them. Spag bowl this.
You're beyond,
roast that.
Beyond influencer.
Yeah, they call me. Well, give me that shit for free because it is expensive. Although Costco, I got 20 burgers for 40 quid.
Wow.
36 quid.
That's
20
good.
burgers for 36 quid.
That's good.
And they are literally, other than like my computer and podcasting stuff, the only other thing I took from the other flat. God, keep them in an iced bag. Get them, because they were frozen. I need to get them from A to B without any thawing. Priorities. It's expensive. It's like fucking gold dust.
There's like $5 for 2. $5 for 2. Yeah. But I mean, if you were going to get like premium beef farmed somewhere, and it has come from America as well, but I think they've just bought somewhere in Germany, so I think it will go down more. Should be good.
If you were buying premium beef, not only is the price probably around the same, but there's also a life involved.
Yeah, there's a lot of guilt tax.
A sentient life has to end.
But what about protein? Yeah, I've seen people say online that it's grass fed. fuck off.
That voice was insane.
But my friend said that
like a ghost.
I am. I'm the ghost of someone's conscience. Ooh. I'm Daisy the moo cow. You hate me.
Right, back to the fucking darkness for 1 second. Oh no, it's too dark. I'm not in a dark mood now.
I think it's good. I think what's good, I think your podcast that you did a while back where you really opened up about everything. Obviously you're always open about everything, but when you really were super open about that situation, I think it's a lot of how to help people is in people's reactions as well. When you called me throughout that period, I like to think every time you called me, I didn't go like, oh my God. I was just like, okay, cool. Like, you'll be fine. I've been there.
So many friends that were like, don't say that, mate. No, don't. No. Right, okay, well, I'm phoning you because I want to tell someone this.
Yeah, exactly. And that was why, I think that's one big thing from going to counselling and feeling those things is you sort of realise what you want to hear and what you need to hear. Because in those situations, where if someone goes, oh my God, don't say that, you go like, oh, well, I am insane. I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas when you told me, I was like, it's all good, man. I felt like that. You know, I've been there, done this. And then you're like, oh, you know, it takes the foot off the gas, you know?
The only thing I don't want, my only worry that I still have now, I've already said all the stuff I've already said that's out there. I just don't want people to like, I don't know, I'm caught in a trap of, I feel like this, I feel like sharing this, and then when I feel better, I'm still a little bit like, oh, I don't want to share that. I'm glad that I didn't share that.
I think that's human, isn't it? Well, it's really like it's exposing a side of you that you give so much of your life to people that sometimes you just like you don't want to. I think it's really. But then
natural. It's like I'm caught in a thing where I'm like, this could genuinely help other people that feel
exactly,
like
and it's not for you, is it? It's like I'm not. Yeah. You're not advertising anything there. You're just like I just want someone might hear that and go, oh, that's like why I tell people I'm on antidepressants. It's like I'm not like putting it in my fucking Insta bio. But like it's like it's like but I want if someone's hearing that and feeling like they should go to the doctors and talk to someone, and like that's the conversation that makes them go like, oh, that's a good thing.
That's when I was talking to Brendan on the last podcast, and he was talking about his ADD medication and making his dick small, and then at the end of the chat he was like, oh, do you reckon we should delete that stuff? And I was like, no way, someone is probably out there with their dick going small when they take the medication and they think that they've got a tiny dick or whatever, and then they hear their favourite singer in a band just laughing about it like, yeah, my dick looks like a shrimp sometimes.
Yeah.
Like,
I think the best
and
thing,
that's life.
I think the best thing to do there is to try out other ones, because I definitely have had friends that have been like, I can't come, and I am absolutely fine in that department, I'll say. Which is really nice. It's nice, I feel fortunate that I don't have issues there, because I know a lot of people that have.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on the person, doesn't it?
It's like me going like, yeah, I come.
I mean, yeah, but this is the thing. Like when some people just and they have me and Brennan talked about this as well. They have like a family doctor. Family doctor goes, "This is the antidepressant," and then you go back to them and you go, "Yeah, I'm not into this one," and they're like, "That's the one, I'm afraid, dude." Afraid that's it.
Sorry, buddy. We're gonna have to get rid of that dick.
But what? This is the thing that I debated. I think I'd rather share it on a podcast with you rather than it be like a fucking. Because at the time I was like, I'm going to share this on a solo podcast because I think it's important, and I would also like to know if anyone else feels like this.
Yeah.
But now I'm talking candidly with you. The reason I think I need to see someone is because, let's see, now I'm getting nervous. Now I've got anxiety. Now I've got I'm going on stage feeling. Is because when I was going to fucking kill myself, confirmed this is happening, and then I didn't do it. But obviously ages ago, and that was like, I went for a long period of my life where I was like just, planning it. It was going to happen.
Yeah, it was a difficult.
But And now that's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. But what happens, it's like I unlocked something in my brain that I wish I could lock back up, which is like, that's an option. Because I was so close to like doing it, in my head now, if something goes wrong, like my oven didn't fucking turn up right or whatever, and a load, like, I think I need 3 big things, not even that big, 3 annoying things to happen in a row. And my brain goes, yeah, just fucking kill yourself. And it's fucking insane. And I would just love it not to happen.
I think the best thing you can do is just go speak to someone. Like, it's the easiest. The hardest thing is saying that. You've said it. The second hardest thing is making the phone call to find someone. The easiest thing is actually sitting in the room. Once you're in there, that's the easiest bit. The hardest bit I've ever found is literally calling them. The amount of times I've like went to call someone and then just cut it off and be like, or lied and was like, yeah, I've emailed them, I haven't heard back. That's the hardest bit. And also actually just saying you need to speak to someone is the hardest bit. But then also, I don't think
I'm going to do it. I would just like to just not have that thought. It's like the minute I was going to do it, that became like an option where it was like, okay, well,
it's like it's traumatic. We were in a really traumatic space when that happened, and you were going through some real serious shit. And that is almost going to be scarred in your mind. And the best thing about counselling is you go back to that place and you open your head up and it's a complete fucking mess. And then what counselling does is it doesn't get rid of those memories. It just sorts it out and it like tidies the mind so that you can go in there. Instead of having everything like, oh, here's my sick fill of the week over here, and oh, there's the thought of me killing myself on top of writing the next Stray record. You know, all of a sudden you like go like, okay, right, I can now open that door and kind of look around it when I need to, but then I know when to shut it as well, rather than just like pushing the fucking door open and not being able to get through.
What a fucking clever way to look at it, because that is what it is, and it's like it's just a big dark memory. Yeah, and if I talk about it or think about it too much, it's like feel my fucking adrenaline go.
Yeah, it's like a room in your house that you run past, and you're like, nope, not going in there. But it's there.
That's exactly it.
It's there. You have to run past it, so you're already thinking about it. It's just being able to open the door and sort it out, so that you can just walk past it, being carefree.
Okay, that's dark. You're very enlightened man, and may I say, it is noticeable how much more chill you are.
Yeah,
I mean, certainly less crying phone calls that I receive.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling all right. The running really has helped. And I think
that's the other thing. What shoes you wearing to run?
Very nice Nike ones.
What are they? Because they call fucking Air Max running shoes. They're not running shoes.
No. I just got Ali to send me. I think they're like Pegasus or something.
Oh, I need that shit because I feel like I could go on a run. I'm feeling pretty runny.
I think also I mean, my fiance is fucking amazing. Like, just the best. So calm and thoughtful and just really, has really changed my life for the better. But then also like having Lucky and Sophia as well. It's so wonderful to, I don't know, when you go through something so dark, like you have, like when you go through that like sort of traumatic phase, once you put the time in and figure it out in your head, and everything seems a bit easier.
Yeah, I just want to make sure, because when you said the whole like I was in a few relationships where I figured out I was the problem, I just want to make sure I'm not being that guy, because I'm not going that. I'm like,
let me tell you, you were not that guy in the last one.
Yeah. Oh, I know that, but I mean, like now, like just the way I'm fucking. Obviously, I'm not fucking aggressive or anything, but the self-hatred that I put out when something goes wrong.
Yeah, it's real. It's such
in my head. I'm like, how long can someone put up with that? She's an absolute fucking angel, though. Yeah. And the other day talked me down out of the whole thing, but.
Yeah. You gotta go find someone, man. It's the best. It's the best, man. It's like V-Man. It's the best, man. It's V-Man.
Oh, it's fucking V-Man actually FaceTime me at like 6 a.m. his time the other day. No reason. He was, I need you to sort me out a drum kit.
Oh, that's brilliant.
What do you need a drum kit for? He's like, clown's kid. He's playing some rubbish, I can't remember what it was, some whatever. I was like, it's 6 a.m. And he's like, yeah, but I need him playing Tama. I was like, yeah, but I could probably sort it out, mate. I could probably sort Clown from Slipknot's fucking thing out.
Yeah. Classic V. I love him.
So yeah,
I love him so much. We went to a restaurant. Me, V-Man, and Ali went to a restaurant in LA called Crossroads, which is Travis Barker's restaurant. And when we were in there, it was me and Al and V sat on this like table together, and then behind us was Travis Barker and Suicide Boys, and then Joaquin Phoenix walked in with Moby, and Pink was at the bar.
Just having lunch together?
Yeah, and
or
Pink,
dinner?
Dinner, and Pink was at the bar drinking with someone as well. It was unreal.
Oh my God.
It was a very like, cool, guess we made it then.
That is cool.
Yeah.
How much was it? Because I've seen it on... What did I see? I watched it on something. It was on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, I think.
It's pretty good. It's not that much.
Crossroads.
It's not that much money. The drinks are expensive, but that's because they got like good drinks in there. But yes,
and the drinks in America are fucking expensive anyway.
Yeah. It's just like, it just looks cool. It's not like super expensive, but it's like the best vegan chef in the world. The guy rules.
What did V get? Because he, until recently, he's veggie at the moment.
Isn't he amazing? And no, he turned up late, obviously, and then just bought a bottle of wine. So
just sat and drank a bottle of wine. I can visualise this whole... In fact, no, I can't, because you told me the star-studded cast. But I can visualise the dynamic from you guys with him turning up late. Yeah. Just a bottle of your finest. Well, what Riojas you got?
It was a Rioja.
Yeah, of course it fucking was.
But then we got me and Ali were like, oh, no, V-Man did eat, I think. But he was like, we were like, we'll get this food, V-Man. He was like, no, I'll get the food, you get the drinks. And we got the drinks.
And it's more than the food.
Yeah.
Of course it fucking was.
Yeah, classic. It was good shit.
He's going to come back on the pod as well. Now I'm getting to the phase, right, where I've got two options, which is like I either find new guests, which is kind of... Sometimes I've done I've got maybe 5 or 6 recorded that in my head I'm like, I might just not release this because the spark's not there.
Yeah, I really liked the Ed Gamble one you did recently because obviously I hooked that up, Sam Bassler coming through. But I listened to that one.
You really did hook that up.
I listened to that on my run the other day. I think it's cool that he is actually a full blown metalhead.
He's more legit than me.
Yeah, like an actual.
And you.
Yeah, way like I can't believe he listens to us.
Yeah, like
how metal he is.
He's like listening to crusty fucking old man metal.
Like metal where the singers are like this.
There's like the same riff for 11 minutes. And Ed's just fucking rocking out before going on Mock the Week. It's fucking bizarre. Yeah. And he looks like he's just very preppy.
Yeah. Those two
looking now, but
those two are really, really great guys.
I really appreciate you hooking that up. And then also, just like I'm so gutted about the quality of my side, but he was so easy to talk to immediately. Yeah. It was like, because obviously you're friends with him, it was like just immediately boys.
Yeah. He was
then even afterwards, he texted me just out of the blue.
Yeah.
About like, I forgot to tell you about the back patch that I had. Whatever, and he was like, I'll give you 3 guesses to who it was, and he was like, think British Doom, and I just went Electric Wizard #1, and he was like, oh my god, you got it. And I was like, hang on, are we mates now?
They're really both of them are fantastic. Going and doing that podcast was amazing because I love Off Menu.
It is the fucking best, isn't
it? They're just after we did Off Menu, we went for lunch together. And like at the end, you're just like, it's just nice when you meet people, and like you say, like when you just hit it off straight away. I text James the other day because I was watching Last Leg. They did like a New Year's Eve special, and they're like going around talking about their like heroes of the year. And Lorraine Kelly says Piers Morgan.
Oh mate, it's so funny.
Before she finished, James just goes, "Go fuck yourself, Lorraine." I just texted him.
I saw that.
Texted him being
so
like,
fucking funny.
I texted him being like, that's the funniest, one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And he replied being like, thanks, Sam. I'm really proud of it.
On the, I can hear that in his voice as well. On the fucking, what's the big fat quiz of the year this year when he was on that? God, man is really fucking funny.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
We should probably talk about your fucking album.
It's really good.
I mean, we talked a little bit about making it. It is really good.
Yeah.
I've heard it. I've got it early, you fucking little prawns. I've already heard it and I've had it for a while and it's really great.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's your favourite track?
I love Animals. I love Animals.
It's the best Architect song.
Yes. It hit 10 million streams on Spotify
it's
today.
the best Architect song. It's one of my faves.
Yeah.
It's impossible to pick a best.
It's amazing how well it's connected as well. Like, just it seems to be hitting. Everyone that hears it seems to like it, which is wicked. We just got like another. I think it's been like 6-7 weeks playlisted on Radio 1, which is unbelievable.
On the A list.
Yeah, no, C list. C list.
Yeah, but on the not just being played on the rock show.
Yeah, like played.
This is daytime. Here's Beyonce. Here's Architects.
I literally got a tweet earlier on saying from someone being like, just danced in my car to Steps, and then you came on. It's like, that's so sick.
Biggest dick energy ever. Yeah. Also, nice PRS in the middle of the day on.
Absolutely.
Nice fucking publishing. But yeah, that fucking big nasty riff, the tempo, the video, Dan's directorial debut.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so good.
What I loved about that is I feel like me and Dan as drummers and as friends, maybe even before, I remember when Dan first asked me to drum tech and I'd met him like once. I knew you already.
Yeah.
But like even the first few text exchanges, I was like, this guy, we're just on the same fucking level.
Yeah.
And then like, whenever I'm watching a video, I'm not a director, obviously. I'm not a doctor. I'm not anyone. I'm a shitty drummer podcast man. Who sometimes wants to kill himself. And, but like, when I watch like a video, sometimes I think, I wish they'd just done that there. Like, just a little, like, it's panning the shot, and I think, I wish, this would have happened. And I think that's just the way I watch anything.
Yeah.
When I watch a Christopher Nolan film, there is never anything where I think, I wish he'd done this.
Yeah. God.
Same with Animals video.
Yeah.
I was like, I wish this was going to happen, and then it would happen. And I was like, fucking Dan.
The shooting that was amazing. Like, he was such a pro and really obviously thought out everything. But like, the actual shots themselves, I think a lot of people think that smoke thing was like CGI. That's like actual smoke machine coming out of my hoodie with a smoke machine strapped to my back, and I had to hold my breath for 30 seconds at a time. It was super intense, but super fun.
It looks fucking crazy.
Yeah, I want to just open a show with that, or with like the guy with the fucking flares and shit. I'd like to play that song live. Really would like to. I'd like to play that.
Well, surely you're playing it live as a single, but then I remembered the global pandemic.
Yeah. No, I really would love to. Really,
you know
would
what?
love to.
It was almost a year to the day that we played Unified together.
God, that was a good time.
This time, yesterday, a year ago, I got sunburnt.
Yeah.
It's -4 in Glasgow right now. Although, when I think about it like that, I have come out of that quite well.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you from a brand new desk.
Yeah. Mietsu desk. Look, I've got a desk now.
Old desk.
During the first
I've got a desk now.
During the first
1 year
lockdown.
ago, I didn't have a desk.
Yeah, you don't have a pot to piss in or a desk.
I didn't have a desk to piss on. And here we are.
Yeah. Pro.
Coming out of the world.
But I'm very proud of it. I feel like we didn't leave a stone unturned, and we had a lot of time to
back on the album. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna bring it back. But you've done it.
To think we had a lot of time to really overthink things, and I just think it's a amazing body of work, and I couldn't be more proud of all of us really for actually being able to create something so grandiose in such a weird time.
The artwork fucking rips as well.
It's amazing, isn't it? I'm so stoked.
It's got that like iconic Mars Volta.
It reminds me of like Floyd, like sort of like Pink Floyd.
Like a Pink Floyd Animals, same sort of colours, just like a That's a much better example.
And I
than
like,
Mars Volta.
and a good thing about it as well is like when that came through, and Dan had come up with that idea and then shot it. It was like don't put the name on it. Don't put Architects. Don't put the name of the album on it. Like, just have it as that, because then it's like, then it looks like, like Led Zeppelin. I got those like Houses of the Holy, vibe. Like Abbey Road, sort of. It just you know what it is when you look at it. I love that about it. It's a nightmare to put it on.
That's what Mars Volta did as well. And
it's a nightmare to put it on T-shirts, unless you just want the CD box.
Or like a cartoon spaceman.
Yeah.
But that's why I was thinking Mars Volta, but that's obviously what they did as well. Like, you want to go for like iconic.
Yeah.
Fucking, just copy the 70s and the 60s, right?
It's the best years.
Beatles movie coming out, isn't it? Oh no, we can't talk about it. We've got to talk about the album more. This is why I hate, right, when I have to do
we don't need to talk about the album more. It's fine, I don't care.
Got a funny story from the studio? You got to... Hang on, when's the next single coming out? Or is it not soon? All right,
I don't
I want to
know.
put this out soon.
Yeah, I don't know when the next one is.
I mean, you do, but you can't tell me. I get it.
No, I don't. We were supposed to be filming something, but then the lockdown rules...
Can you talk about that? Because that fucking sucks.
Yeah. Well, we were supposed to film some video, and then it fell through because there was like COVID. Everyone that would have been in there would have had to have been COVID tested, and there was like 40 people on the video. And if any one person had it, the whole thing would have been shut down and we'd have lost all of our money. So in London at the moment, it's 1 in 4 people have it. So we thought 1 in 40 was pretty fucking likely. So yeah, we had to can it. But we've got something else up our sleeves. We're pros. So there'll be a new one. There'll be another single soon. Yeah. It's a good. It's a
money. You lost a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a bloody good single though, so it's all worth it.
All right, you can't tell me which one it is, can you? But that's I've listened to the album. Right, here's one for you. Am I just fucking mental, or does the Biffy Clyro guy not sound like the Biffy Clyro guy on the album?
Well, when he fucking starts screaming, my word, he sounds like he's in a black metal band.
Honestly, I was like, that's him.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? He's got such an amazing voice.
What's
such an amazing voice.
I should know his name because Simon Neil. Simon Neil.
Yeah.
Simon, I'm in Scotland, motherfucker. Come on.
Come
to my desk.
Yeah.
Come to my desk and have a fucking hangout. But how the fuck did that come about?
We've sort of been acquaintances with them for a while. Always it's like seeing each other at festivals and like award ceremonies and stuff, and always like bigged each other up in interviews and stuff. So he's actually really good friends with, like, real close with Benji Madden. So I got his email off Benji Madden and then just flew into his email. And he was just like, yep, I'm ready to go. When do you need it by? I can go and do it whenever. And like within like 3 or 4 days, we had like his takes back, and it was unbelievable.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Who else is on it?
Winston.
Parkway Drive.
Winston from Parkway, yeah.
Oi, that song is fucking so sick.
Yeah, it's
and
good.
when he comes in, it's like Parkway Drive with good production. I mean, the new Parkway Drive has amazing production. I'm one of those people, right? I love the classic Parkway Drive. Mm-hmm. Then I'm like, whatever. But I fucking love the new Parkway shit.
Yeah, it's good shit.
The like Bon Jovi fucking just festival. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, and I think especially when you see it live, you're like, yeah, perfect.
That's why they wrote that fucking chorus.
Yeah.
The fucking Vice Grip chorus. I saw that, I think maybe Download whenever the last time we played together, and I was like, oh my God, this is fucking incredible.
And Winston and Parkway, again, just people that have just always looked out for us, always been really nice. I remember we toured with them just like the first tour after, like, All Our Gods wasn't even out yet, but we were playing some stuff off of it, I think. And Tom was like really sick on that tour, like was having to fly home, have stuff checked, and like have operations, and then like fly back, and then
fucking hell,
which was crazy. But they like gave up their whole rider for Tom, so like the budget, they just put all their money into like fresh fruit and veg for Tom, like everything that he needed every day, like went out of their way, like gave.
Oh my
like, it was
God, that's
unbelievable.
amazing.
Yeah, like first thing in the morning, their tour manager would come into our room and be like, "What do you need?" Like it was absolutely like we'd never seen anything like it. It was unbelievable.
What
but then
fucking bunch of legends.
we first toured with them. We first toured with them on before Hollow Crown came out. So we toured with them on Ruin. So we've known them for a real long time, and they're just like, yeah, just so lovely, best people. So to have him on a song was like a I don't know, something. When we're dead and gone, well, people will look back in time and be like, oh, they were mates. And it's the same with Mike from Royal Blood. And, you know, me and Benji and Mike are real good friends and spend so much time together. And it's nice to have that like solidified as like a story forever. You know, like when we're dead,
like Stray and you.
Exactly.
Although I wasn't on that fucking song, so
which I always find mental because I think, yeah, I always forget that. But you're on the live one, that's better.
Many people say that.
It's got that lovely. It's got that lovely little growl when it drops.
Oh,
yeah, it's real good.
It.
Yeah.
The Winston song, actually, other than Animals, I think the song with Winston is my favourite one. Parkway, I toured with Parkway, but I don't know any of them. But I toured with Parkway, Caliban, Parkway Drive, someone else, Viatrophy.
Wow.
And it was like, I can't remember any of the venues other than the basement at Rock City, so 150 cap.
Yeah.
This was like 2005 or something. And there was one of the shows, Caliban were complete fucking arseholes, the whole fucking tour. And one of the shows, I can't remember who it was, someone in our camp, went and clipped with pliers all of the cables to their like pedal boards and shit before they went on. It fucking ruined their whole show.
Unbelievable banter.
Well, it serves you right for being a bunch of fucking dicks.
Yeah, I love that.
I can't even remember what they did. They were probably being absolutely fine. We were probably just being drunk kids, and they were like, "We've allowed you on this tour, and you're being cunts and turning up late or whatever."
Yeah.
And now but anyway, that was funny.
I got a memory. I just remember actually. I remember Counterparts were on a tour that we were on, and there was another band on. I'm not going to name and shame them, but their tech was an absolute arsehole. And I'd heard from Brendan that the night before he'd gone on and started setting up the drummer's kit like while Counterparts were still playing, and started moving their stuff on like in Counterparts like allotted stage time. And you know that venue in Germany where like the catering overlooks the venue? Is it in Münster somewhere? Or like the catering bit, you can like just sit up there and just watch the show. And like all the dressing rooms are like on balconies and stuff. So I was up there having dinner, and I saw that guy, like the guitar tech, go to the stage like 15 minutes before the end of Counterpart's set to like start putting stuff on stage. And I ran down. We were headlining. It was Bless the Fools guitar tech. And I ran.
I was literally like, come on.
Yeah, I ran downstairs, ran over our riser, grabbed him and pulled him to one side and was like, you don't fucking set foot on stage until Counterparts are fucking finished. Now fucking go upstairs. And like dragged him off the stage. And then Brendan came up afterwards and was like, that was fucking sick. I was like, well, I was just angry. So, but I just remember, just don't be shitheads. Basically, the rule is don't be a shithead on tour, because we're all on tour, we're all doing it together. And if you are a shithead or you see someone being a shithead, call them out.
And if you're power hungry tech as well, just I get it, you've got to have a little bit of it, but also all the best techs that I know and best photographers and stuff are the ones that are just
just piss off.
Here's the deal. Everyone's been on tour, and we all know what could happen, what couldn't happen, what's allowed, what isn't allowed. This is what's allowed. Yeah. Please don't
put your drums on stage when Counterparts are still playing their last two songs. Please piss off. This isn't Warped Tour.
I can't. On the Counterparts subject, like I can't wait to just hear the stories of what Brendan's not taking on tour. Yeah. From when they come back, because he is fully just like, you think I'm going to go on stage if you're not striking your drums? I'm just not going to do it. I'll go home. I'll play with my cat.
I love it. I love his cat.
My AirPods are running out of battery.
Cool, man.
So-
We've had a good chat.
It's been a lovely time.
Yeah.
I think we don't want to. I mean, I could talk all day to you. But
Yeah, so gazing into your eyes. But
that's
I think
a nice hoodie as well.
thank you.
Fresh
Fresh cut flowers. Yeah. I love those are my brands, the Downbeat and Fresh Cut Flowers. That's what I live in.
Ambassador paid for his fucking clothes.
Thank you very much.
What? Thank you. What a nice guy.
Well, I just thought
About time, though, isn't it? Really?
yeah, that was the main thought was you've done a lot.
I'm
like
joking.
That. But then also it's like I like to put my money where my mouth is, and if I'm going online being like support like local businesses, support like people that you know that are actually doing these businesses, and then you just get it for free. It's ridiculous. So yeah, no,
especially when you get to the stage when you can afford it.
Yeah, it just seems ridiculous. It just seems silly. So
please continue to get free shit.
Yeah, but then also, I think it's nice to just do it every now and then, isn't it? Nice to be like, I know that you're not on tour. I know you've just
every 5 to 10 drops.
I know you've just bought a fucking place. Why not fucking buy it?
Thanks, mate. I'm the same. Like I saw Will Thompson was selling prints the other day. I was like, you know what? I could get these for free, but I'll just fucking buy them.
Yeah.
It's prints. You need some money.
Yeah.
And in fact, I bought my architect's ticket.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Royal Albert Hall, and I bought a T-shirt.
Yeah. Is it there yet?
No, I don't want to drop you in the shit.
Trust me.
There was a nice email that went out, and it was just like, obviously because of COVID, this shit is fucking slow.
Oh yeah.
And I know I had to apologise the other day. I can't remember. I was like, not complaining, but I was like, "Where's my order at?" And then the person replied. No, it was even before the person replied. I was just a bit worried because it's one of Leica's Christmas presents. And I was like, I replied to myself and I was like, I'm really sorry. Just ignore that. Like, I'm aware the world is completely fucked.
Yeah.
Like, it comes when it comes. And the person replied back.
I bet that made him laugh though.
Honestly, they were like, yeah, it's funny. This is the approximate delay. Like, I appreciate you going back on it because we're obviously getting millions of these.
Yeah, that's it. Not everyone needs to understand not everything's Amazon. Sometimes it's a one-person operation.
This was Lush.
Yeah.
It wasn't a one-person operation, but boy, she's smelling good though.
Yeah, I used to have a friend at Lush, and she actually used to like send like boxes of bath bombs, which was so sick. But then I didn't have a bath for like 2 years because of the place I was renting, and now I got a bath. But now I go and buy them.
So this place has a bath. It's like not the most comfortable bath in the world, and it kind of bummed me out because I just got back into baths for the same reason as you. Didn't have a bath for ages.
Yeah.
I bought a bath pillow from Amazon.
Yeah.
It was 30 quid.
Yeah.
And I was like, this might make the bath a little bit better. Fuck me. How are they just not a thing?
Do you know who's got the sickest bath?
Who?
Benji Thatcher Royal Blood.
Royal Blood.
He's got he's got an amazing bath, but then he's also got a TV in the wall. So he'll just like text me watching Match of the Day, and it's just in the wall, and I'm like, just when you think you're doing well, and then you see that, and you're like, you bastard.
That is fucking sick.
I want that, and I would have that, but my bath, there's nowhere where it could go, where I wouldn't be having to watch with like my neck tilted. I just realised that we weren't filming this, so moving away from the mic there. Oh, I'm a pro.
That's fine. I mean, I'm the same. I can't really, after ripping the plaster off the walls the other day, I can't really wall mount that much stuff in here, let alone a TV. That's what happened. Yeah. The oven didn't work, and then I ripped a 65-inch TV off the wall.
Make sure it's not on game mode though.
Oh, it's been a while. My battery's going to die, and I don't want it to die without a nice goodbye. I love you tremendously.
I love you very much. I will save this and send this over to you. So it sounds lovely.
And I hope I haven't fucked it up like I did with the Ed Gamble one. Let's debrief away from the microphones. I love you very much. Goodbye.
Love you. Goodbye.